Morning, it's day 6. I am all packed up and ready to go about 5:45 a.m. Figured I would do the 4 o'clock alarm thing again, which really sucked because last night it took me forever to go to sleep, and then about an hour later, like quarter to 11, heard like a freight train coming, and then just wind, half flattened the tent, and this windstorm lasted about an hour, and part of my tent was on rocks, and so I wasn't able to like put stakes in the ground. So I was reaching outside the tent in the dark, grabbing rocks to try to bolster up the corners of the tent. I used my my cord that I usually hang food with to try and guy line some of the tent corners to rocks, which was really fun in the wind, in the cold, and in the dark. Finally got the tent so it would stay standing up, and then was able to kind of go back to sleep about midnight, and so then only got 4 real hours of sleep. So hopefully I don't do something stupid like leave my phone at a break point or something. I've been really trying hard not to do anything stupid this trip. Fingers crossed I can do this. So right now plan is to go to be at Big Sandy Lake by Tuesday night, which is 40-ish miles, maybe a couple less, maybe a 38 maybe. So I gotta really push miles today and tomorrow so that Tuesday I can just focus on getting up over Texas Pass and then through the Cirque and up over Jackass into Big Sandy. So I don't think there's a ton of elevation gain today. Most of it comes in little 200-300 foot chunks. So we will just see how far I can cruise today. Try to get in a bunch of miles before the sun comes up. So it's gonna be a great day. See you from down the trail. Trail around Bald Lakes is fairly rough. It's not awful, but you can tell it's not used as much as the Fremont Trail. Definitely has that moose country feel. I'm pretty sure I heard one in this underbrush type stuff. Luckily the trail went to the opposite side of the lake from where I heard the noises, but I have seen a couple piles of bear scat as well. And yeah, just keeping my eyes out for them. I did see some people camped back there about a quarter of a mile. I thought I was alone in this valley last night. Deadfall and more deadfall will be what a lot of the next 3 days are like. Alright, it's a little after 7. I have made it to the junction with backup with the CDT, and it's kind of a 4-way intersection. One trail goes east to Timico Lake, and then I'm going to be taking the south trail, which is the CDT, and going up over Hat Pass. It looks like there's a mountain to my east for most of it. It's a 650 foot climb, which is gonna suck, but if I can run over there and get it done before the sun gets up and too hot, that's gonna make the rest of my day a lot easier. So I'm off. It's almost 9 o'clock and I'm headed up towards Hat Pass. It's not too far from here. I'm excited to get up when it's still cool out, and then I'm hoping the rest of the day is fairly chill. had a spot where I had a clear view to the west, and was able to FaceTime my wife and my daughter, who turns 1 next week, and it was awesome boost to get to see them and give me some energy to knock out these 40 miles over the next 3 days. So I want to get on the trail and get this thing done. I'm standing here at Hat Pass, 10,848 feet. Not too bad a climb, actually. There was some ladies yesterday that were complaining about it, but they came the opposite direction, so maybe it's worse going down. So anyway, excuse me. I'm headed down now and just gonna try and cruise miles. It's still fairly cool and a little bit of a breeze. Try to push it as hard as I can while it's nice out. Peace. Well, so much for getting out a bunch of miles. I ran into a couple doing the CDT, Puma salad and tough cookie, and sat down and at least an hour and a half chat. It was awesome. They were waiting up for another thru hiker, Jai, who showed up right before I left. Just had a great talk about life and what it's like hiking the big trails, and what it's like living in Wyoming versus living in California. It's just awesome. Really cool folks. So now I'm back on trail, and it is hot. A little bit of a breeze though, so it's not bad. I'm going downhill at the moment. The smoke is just so thick. Like, it usually you can't really smell it, but it is just thick. I'm really hoping that it doesn't get any worse than this, because this is about as much as I can take smoke wise. So I guess we'll just see. I'll keep walking, see where I end up. So one of the reasons I'm in here is obviously to hike the whole distance, but I love mountains, right? I summit mountains all over the place, and so this was just wanting to see mountains in this middle to southern part of the range, and there's just so much smoke. The mountain views are not that great. I've been talking to a few people. Apparently the cirque is super busy, and finding campsites at Big Sandy Lake is quite difficult. So I'm considering shortening the mileage just a little bit and going straight out Marms Lake and Dad's Lake to Big Sandy Trailhead. So that way I don't have to push quite so far today. It's already after 2 o'clock and I'm hot, tired, and unmotivated after the last 2 days. It's just been, my legs are definitely feeling it. Bonnie Pass just takes it out of you, man. So anyway, got a really cool stream crossing here, and then I'm gonna get some fresh water from upstream and decide what I want to do with my life. It was really cool. I was watching Second Chance Hikers PCT trip, I don't know, 6 months ago, and there's one episode where he runs into a family, mom, dad, and 4 kids, and they're they've hiked the PCT, and I just ran into them. They're the Bennetts, and I was able to unload my jar of peanut butter and a couple Snickers bars. They're not headed into Pinedale, so they've got a long stretch, so they were happy for the extra calories. If you guys are watching this, it was great meeting you, and hopefully run into you again sometime. So I am off to take my shoes off. Later. You know it's hot out when you can stay in a creek in the winds and just stand here for a long time, and it feels so good. Beautiful spot. Well, I'm in a tent because I am just tired, and my plans have changed a little bit again. The smoke has gotten so bad that, you know, just the hill over, you know, not more than a mile and a half from camp is a little bit hazy. There's just a thick smell of smoke in the air. And I don't feel like going over Texas Pass huffing and puffing with this much smoke. You know, I realize it could all be gone by then, but it's been getting worse every day, and I don't see it getting better. So I have decided to cut a little bit of mileage off and go somewhere near Raid Lake tomorrow night. I'm just past North Fork Lake tonight. And then the Tuesday night I will go camp at either Marms or Dad's Lake. And then that'll leave me a short hike out on Wednesday morning to the trailhead. So it cuts a little bit off, and you know, it would have been fun to see the cirque again, but from what I've been hearing, there are hundreds of people in the cirque right now, and finding camp is just really difficult even at Big Sandy. So I won't deal with that. I'll just go do something else, and then I don't know, maybe come back and play around a little bit in the cirque or in around Temple Pass later in the summer or in the fall when there are less people. So I'm okay with that, and it's actually I'm glad I stopped early just to, you know, try and rehydrate, get some food in me, recover, and then do a little bit. You know, it won't have to be super long days the next 2 days. Well, you know, 10 to 12 miles. So that makes me feel a little easier, because I was really freaking out how I was going to push 30 miles today and tomorrow. So that's nice. Had a really good talk with some thru hikers. Freebird, who is a legend in the world of thru hiking. It was really fun to meet with him and talk to him about stories and just hear crazy things he's done. He was hiking with Raven, and then Animal showed up, and they were just really fun people. We sat and chatted for a while. Yeah, pretty inspiring. This is his third time doing the CDT. Just makes me tired thinking about it. That's 9,000 miles just on this trail, and he's done the other ones multiple times in addition to pretty much every other trail, it seems like, in the world. So it's a lot of miles in that man's legs. All right, I'm gonna make some dinner and set up camp. Later. Well, that's a wrap on day 6. I had fajita seasoned couscous tacos with a ton of Diablo sauce and habanero sauce for dinner. It was dang spicy, but it hit the spot. As you can see, the sun back here is quite forest fiery looking. It's definitely kind of a weird light here tonight. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. We'll see you in the morning. Cheers.